In a world where menstruation is often hidden, treated as a whisper and seen as impure, there's a place where it's not just accepted but sacred, a place where the life-giving blood isn't a source of shame but a symbol of divine power. Deep in the hills of Assam, in northeast India, sits a temple that worships a goddess who bleeds. This isn't just a story about faith, it's the forbidden legend of Kamakhya Devi, a narrative of ultimate female power that challenges everything we think we know about the body, ancient wisdom, and the divine. What happens here every year is considered a miracle by millions and a mystery by others. This is the story of the goddess who menstruates. To get to the heart of this legend, we have to travel to the Nilachal hills overlooking the city of Guwahati. This is home to the Kamakhya Temple, one of the most revered and puzzling sacred sites in Hinduism. From the outside, it's a stunning example of local architecture with a beehive-shaped dome reaching for the sky. But the real secret of Kamakhya is deep inside, in its inner sanctum, the Garbhagriha. As you walk down the narrow stone steps into the dark underground chamber, you'd expect to find an idol of the goddess. But there isn't one. Instead, in a cave kept damp by a natural underground spring, there's a rock fissure in the shape of a yoni, the Sanskrit word for the vulva. This stone, always draped in flowers and silk, represents the womb of the goddess, the very source of creation. This is what's worshipped here, not a face, but the symbol of life itself. The name Kamakhya even means she of desire, the one who grants all wishes, the young bride of Shiva. But how this sacred yoni ended up here is a story born from the grief of a god. The origin of Kamakhya is tied to the powerful legend of Sati, the first wife of the great ascetic god Shiva. Sati was the daughter of a king named Daksha, who couldn't stand Shiva for his wild, unconventional ways. Against her father's wishes, Sati married Shiva, a choice that infuriated Daksha. To spite his son-in-law, Daksha held a massive fire sacrifice, a yagna, and invited every god and king except Shiva. Deeply insulted, Sati went to confront her father even though Shiva warned her not to. There, Daksha publicly humiliated her and her husband. Unable to bear the disrespect, Sati, in an ultimate act of defiance, took her own life in the sacrificial fire. When news of Sati's death reached Shiva, his grief exploded into a cosmic rage. He descended on the yagna, destroyed it, and then, lifting Sati's body onto his shoulders, he began the Tandava, the celestial dance of destruction that threatened to wipe out the universe. To save all of creation from Shiva's sorrow, the god Vishnu intervened. He sent out his Sudarshana chakra, a divine discus, which cut Sati's body into 51 pieces. These pieces fell across the Indian subcontinent, and each place where a part of her body landed became a sacred shrine, a Shakti Peethas, a seat of feminine power. It's believed that her yoni and womb, the very symbols of creation, fell upon Nilachal hill. This is why Kamakhya is considered the most powerful of all the Shakti Peethas, the place where life itself is celebrated. This ancient legend sets the stage for something incredible that happens here every year, an event that draws millions of devotees. Each year during the monsoon month of Ashada around June, the temple gears up for the Ambubachi Mela, a one-of-a-kind fertility festival. For 3 days, the doors to the temple's inner sanctum are closed. No one is allowed inside. During this time, it is believed that the goddess Kamakhya, and by extension Mother Earth herself, goes through her annual menstrual cycle. She rests, and all activities like farming and reading holy texts are put on hold as a sign of respect. For believers, the most astonishing part of this period is what is said to happen outside the temple walls. The nearby Brahmaputra river is said to turn red. This crimson flow is seen as the divine blood of the goddess, a potent symbol of her life-giving power. During these 3 days, the temple grounds transform into a massive gathering of sadhus, tantrics, and pilgrims from all over the world. They come not to pray inside the closed temple, but to honor the goddess's cycle from outside, celebrating the immense spiritual energy that flows from the hill. On the 4th day, the temple doors reopen. After the goddess is ritually bathed, devotees are allowed back in. They receive a special offering or prasad, a small piece of red cloth called Rakta Bastra, which is said to have been soaked with the goddess's menstrual fluid, a powerful token of fertility and blessing. This story challenges so many of our modern beliefs: a goddess who bleeds, a river that believers say turns red, and a massive festival celebrating a biological process often shrouded in shame. But the controversy doesn't stop there. We're about to get into the science, the skepticism, and the whispers of dark magic surrounding this sacred blood. If you find these ancient mysteries as fascinating as we do, take a moment to subscribe. You won't want to miss what comes next. Naturally, the story of the Red River has attracted a lot of curiosity and skepticism. So, what's the scientific take? Geologists have suggested that the soil in the Nilachal Hills is unusually rich in iron, which could leach into the river during the heavy monsoon rains and give the water a reddish tint. Another theory points to large deposits of cinnabar, a red mineral also known as mercury sulfide, in the area. Some even suggest that priests might pour vermilion powder into the water to coincide with the festival. These explanations are plausible, but for devotees, they don't quite add up. Skeptics ask for proof, while believers ask counter questions. How does science explain the precise timing, which lines up perfectly with the ancient calendar of the Ambubachi Mela every single year? Why does this phenomenon reportedly last for only these specific days, even when the monsoon season starts much earlier? And how does geology account for the palpable energy felt by millions who visit a power they believe is more than just a chemical reaction? The mystery of the Red River remains a potent symbol of where science and faith collide. The mystery of Kamakhya gets even deeper when you look at its reputation as the epicenter of Tantra. For centuries, this temple has been a major pilgrimage site for Tantrics who follow a spiritual path focused on harnessing Shakti, or divine feminine energy. While often misunderstood, Tantra here is a complex system of rituals and meditation aimed at achieving spiritual enlightenment. But this association has also cloaked the temple in whispers of black magic. During the Ambubachi Mela, the most powerful tantrics are said to gather here, believing the goddess's energy is at its absolute peak, making it the most potent time for their practices. Many of them live in seclusion for the rest of the year, only appearing in public during these 4 days. This reputation as a hub of untamed power adds another layer of awe and maybe a little fear to the legend. Kamakhya is seen as a place where desires can be fulfilled, but also where immense power demands the utmost respect. Perhaps the most revolutionary part of the Kamakhya legend is how it stares down a global taboo. In many cultures, including parts of India, menstruation has long been seen as impure. It's a topic of shame that can lead to women being excluded from religious rituals and social gatherings. And yet, here at Kamakhya, that very same biological process is the cornerstone of worship. The thing deemed impure elsewhere is celebrated as the ultimate expression of the goddess's creative power. The temple doesn't just tolerate this aspect of the feminine, it raises it to the highest sacred status. It honors the womb as the origin of all life and menstruation as the cycle that makes life possible. Kamakhya stands in bold opposition to the patriarchal norms that have often tried to control or diminish female biology. It's a powerful, living reminder of a time when the feminine body wasn't a source of shame, but a map of the cosmos itself. The goddess who bleeds is more than just a myth. The Kamakhya Temple is not just a building, it's a powerful statement. It's a living, breathing challenge to our modern world and its deep-seated discomforts. It forces us to look at what we've been taught to see as impure and ask, why? Is the legend of Kamakhya a forgotten truth about the sacred power inherent in the feminine? A power that has been deliberately whispered about but never silenced? It suggests that what we call a taboo today, ancient wisdom once called divine, and that just maybe is the most forbidden legend of all.